Hi students, in this assignment we will be learning how to create a base shape. This is the first of many activities learning how to use Inventor to create a new part. To do this today, we'll be actually learning how to sketch on a 2D surface. Let's go ahead and begin by selecting New from the Work column. We have a Create New window that pops up. From here we're going to choose out of the first row. Under there you'll see Part, Create 2, and 3D Objects. We're going to choose the standard IPT. IPT stands for Inventor Part Template. This is the file that we'll use when creating most of our part files. Then select Create. This will open up a blank canvas for us. At this point, we actually have to tell Inventor which plane we want to actually create. To do this, we're going to go up to the upper left-hand corner on the ribbon for 3D modeling where it says Create 2D Sketch. From here, the computer has given us three different planes to choose from. The first one being XZ, then ZY, and then the last one being XY. We're going to choose this one. From what we've done previously, this would be the front view of our object. At this point, I want you to really play around with two different tools that will allow us to create a square. The square is going to be used to create our cube. So let's go ahead and begin by going to the upper left-hand corner. You will find a cluster of tools called Draw. Inside the Draw cluster is the line tool. Let's go ahead and choose that. Using this, you'll see as you bring your mouse over onto the screen that there's a yellow dot attached to it. That shows you the point at which your end point is. If I bring that yellow dot over top of the origin point, you'll see that my dot turns green. Now, what I want you to do is to go ahead and move your cursor along the actual x-axis just to wherever you feel comfortable, then click. That'll place the end point of the first line. Then I'm going to bring up. I'm going to place another click. Okay, that gives us our second line. Our third one, we're going to go over to the y-axis and click, and then back down to the origin point. This will complete our actual rectangle. Now, that's using the line tool. What we want to do is experiment with the rectangle tool as well. So at this point, what I'm going to have you do is select right-click. You're going to get all these different options. Because we're done with the line tool, I'm going to select cancel, and that takes the tool and turns it off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and choose rectangle. Now you're going to see that there are actually four different options under rectangle. We're going to use the 2-point, and that's the most common one to use. Now before we actually go ahead and do this, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my line square that I did earlier. I'm going to select the rectangle tool. I'm going to go back over to the origin. Now when I bring my cursor over top of it, you'll see it turns green again. Now I'm going to go ahead and click and drag out a rectangle. Now at this point you say, well, we need a square. Well, we don't need to make it look like a square yet because we'll actually dimension it in the next step. So we're going to be using the constrain tools to actually put the dimensions on there. And we'll do that in part 2. See you back.